We are literally so at risk of losing everything. There are groups in our country who are literally so at risk, and I think most people don't realize how much and how at risk they actually are, because honestly, some of us are very young, and you may not realize how far we've come in a very short period of time. So I want to tell you a story to illustrate that. In 2005, I worked at a company in Fargo, North Dakota called Cellular One, and I was at our Christmas party, and it was a very fun party. But I got up to use the bathroom. When I came back, my chair was moved to an empty table. My chair with my coat was moved to an empty table. And at first I didn't really think anything of it, but then like someone pulled me aside and they were like, "Hey, so-and-so's boyfriend moved your chair because he said," and I quote, "he doesn't want to sit at a table with a gay person." And that was in 2005 in the United States of America. And the next day, I processed through all of that. And the next day I called my boss and I called her on the phone, left her a voicemail. I was like, "This happened. This is not acceptable. You need to do something about it." And 2 days later, she pulls me into the office and she says, "Hey, I looked into what happened. Yes, that did happen. But when I asked about it, apparently they had said that it's because you have gay friends, and they know that you had some of your gay friends at some of our other events." They said that. That was my boss's response to me, in response to quote, investigating what happened. Help people when you can. So when I tell you that if something like that had happened to me now, I would own that company in 3 months. But that is only 20 years of time. When I was in high school, my principal did not allow a gay couple to attend prom. That was more than 20 years ago, but less than 30. Look at how far we have come as a country. We have granted people rights that they deserve, but it has come with great effort and toil. It has come with sweat and tears, and it has not been easy. In fact, it's been very, very hard. And so there are people, just like there are people like me, who live to remember that and can see, oh, this is good. Look at how far we've come. There are people who have lived long enough to remember what it was like before that. There are people that want that kind of thing to happen again. They want the boss to say, "Oh, you have gay friends." They want the teacher at the school to say, "Oh, no gay couples at prom," because they remember a time when that was allowed and they liked that. And they're willing to do whatever they can to make that happen again. And that means taking away whatever rights they have to take away and putting you at risk in whatever way they can so that they can have that thing again. And the thing is, they remember it because they lived it and they want that back. A lot of you have grown up in a different time where you could not imagine something like that happen to you. But let me tell you, it can get a lot worse. It can get a lot worse than having your chair moved. It can get a lot worse than not being able to go to prom. It can get immeasurably worse. If we don't protect the people that need to be protected, I don't think some of us can even imagine how much worse it can get. But in the same way, it is worth celebrating how many people came before us, how many people fought so that we could have those rights. So you need to ask yourself, what are you willing to do to protect the people you care about? Don't forget.